Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of Yakusoku no Neverland. So, last episode, we were revealed a ton of information, and, it's really interesting there because we can start really thinking about the entire background, the entire world setting of this current series here, right? Now, while Sunju and Majika certainly seem to be very genuine in their responses, and they don't seem to be really hiding anything or whatnot, I do keep on have this gut feeling that they might not know the full truth either, right? Because they're kind of like outcasts from society as well, from the demon society. So I still take what they're saying with a grain of salt, not because they have any malicious intent, but just because they might be misinformed. I do think there's a lot of things in their description of the world that doesn't really quite match up with what we've seen so far. But that's gonna depend on if Rei or Emma are going to go further and dig deeper into all those different inconsistencies, and that includes both Mujika and Sancho as well. I'd love for Rei and Emma to ask them a lot more about the demon world and why they are practicing this religion and what are the teachings of this religions, etc., etc. But that will ultimately depend on the characters. I can't really ask them to do anything, right? So, with that being said, let's just get into the episode. Perhaps we'll be saying good farewell to them, at least temporarily now, since they are only promising to escort them a certain way, right? And we definitely still have some foreshadowing of the pursuers right on their tail. So, with that being said, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. Alright, make sure recording. No, we're starting with the opening. Alright. Was it last time I said I should probably just check to see if the opening starts first? But this is quite a nice, opening animation, though. Dang. And if all those flowers are red right there, does that mean they've all sucked up a ton of blood? Maybe. Walking into the light. Man, both seasons of the openings were pretty well done, right? For Promised Neverland. Of season 1 and season 2. Opening animation and opening song. Hmm. Of course they gotta mention him. Hmm. There's still this feeling within me that feels Norman isn't dead yet. Like, as irrational as that may sound. Huh? So you didn't actually look like this before?
私ね、人間を見たのも人間と話をしたのもエマたちが初めてだったの。敵でも食料でもない。他のどの生き物とも違った。エマたちと出会えて話ができてよかった。友達になれてよかった。私もムジカたちに会えて話ができて友達になれてよかった。この6日間本当にありがとう。
Are they gonna be like farewell now? Hope. Gotta stay quiet. Gotta stay quiet. Gotta stay vigilant. Oof. Okay, so are there pursuers waiting for them? Well, actually, no. Wait, they took the long way around, right? So probably not quite here yet. Wow. Huh, it is goodbye.
俺たちも自分たちの力だけで生きていけるようにならないと。大丈夫。荒野を歩いている限り鬼に出くわすことはない。うまくいけば今夜にはそのミネルヴァってやつに。
That fast.
間違っても森や水辺に近づくなよ。絶対にだ。万が一鬼に出くわしたら逃げろ。どうしても逃げられないときは奴らの顔の中心、目を狙え。わかった。
Damn. You know, his weapon as well is so interesting. I'd love to know about them a little bit more, but apparently it's goodbye for now. That is definitely going to be important in the future. Bye bye. Hmm. Ah, they completely know.
もしあいつらが農園の外で増えりゃ、この世代以降はすべて野生の人間、天然物だ。そうして天然物が増えれば、いずれそいつらを食う。
Well,
人間を食べた。ああ、原初信仰の教義。
yeah, the original. It doesn't go.
神が作り出した命をいただくのなら。
See, I want them to. I wanted them to ask about the. I wanted them to ask about the religion.
野暮よ。
Pursuers? Now, regardless of their own ulterior motives and whatnot, they're still, as long as your goals are aligned. Yep. Damn. Oh, nice. One shot. Damn. See? Even after all that, what he's saying and whatnot, at the very least, he is going to protect them and allow them to thrive and survive. Damn. I think rather than people, you probably want to look at landmarks. Ah, smart. Oh, are we learning the history of the world? Those are plans for... yeah, a structure. Welcome unlocked. Holy shit. Yeah, this... Oh man, the tension, the suspense. What a... huh. This is like an underground living quarters or dorm or something. What the hell? See, 105? Are these doors all numbered? Yeah, it's like a hotel or something. Or a living complex. And the one without numbers. Monitoring. Surveillance. Radio. Huh. Oh, the seal. Huh.
ミルタさんが用意してくれてたんだ。私たちみたいなハウスから逃げてきた人たちのために。まずシェルター全体を把握しよう。
No. How was this built, though? I have so many questions.
ご飯が作れそうだな。僕もお料理したい。私も。
Nice. And where's the electricity and power and water coming from? Those are probably rations. Oh, a farm as well. They can grow their own.
みんなで育てようぜ。野菜とか果物とか。やったー。本がいっぱい。ちっちゃな図書館みたいだね。
Who built this? Why? How did you build this? Why did you build this? And once again, where does the electricity and water come from? I know I'm being a little bit too how should I say it, pessimistic or whatnot when they just got food and shelter and a safe place, a safe house, but oh man, so many goddamn questions. Some rack time. Oh,
何これ。隠し部屋。物置。なんか暗くて怖いね。でもここなら大事なものを置いておける。
no true.
これ秘密の通路。とりあえず水と食料、電気、居住スペースは確保した。ミネルヴァさんに感謝だね。ねえまあ
Running
行っ
back.
てきていい？え、どこに？いいよ、行ってきな。本当に久しぶりだもんね。やったー。
No, taking a bath.
水でも蒸しタオルでもない。お湯を浴びれる。
Again, hot water. How can you have hot water? What's powering all this?
もう10年お風呂に入ってないみたいだ。わかる。待て待て。俺たちまだ10年も。おかしいな。涙が。あれ、孫女たちにも助けてもらえて。全然ひどい旅なんかじゃなかったのに。辛くだって。本当に。
Civilization. But no, come on, go back to that other part. Wait, so
水は地下水を引いて確保。地下熱を回しながら有機廃棄物を使って。
huh, okay.
不足分は別燃料で動かせる。
Thank you for explaining that. That's really important, actually.
食事中。おい、俺生ゴミ釣ったろ。ごめん、レイ。食料庫の備蓄はあまりなかったけど、外に動物はいた。ハウスから持ってきた保存食も予定以上に残ってるし、ムジカからもらった種も育てられる。ここで暮らせる。この場所で。ああ。ここは最高の隠れ家。
Okay, so I guess that piano was hiding a secret passageway, like an escape route, basically. Hmm. Man, I've been trained by this series to always keep my guard up now. Hmm?
ママたちは毎日ある時間になったら私たちの前から姿を消した。あれは確か夜の8時頃。
Listen to the broadcast. Wow, outside as well? They're gonna learn how many plants there are? Okay. Everything went much better than expected.
どうしたの？ここ穴がある。フクロウのマーク。ペンのモールスター。
Hmm?
イベット？ん？どうしたの？イベット。
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. That's why I keep saying. What? A payphone? Help. Ah. What the actual... and then of course they had to. I knew it. I was waiting for some twist within the mansion here. Or, not the mansion, sorry. The shelter here. Like, that was why, like, every time they entered into, like, a doorway or something, I was like, holy shit. What's gonna happen now? There we go, right? But what could that help be? I don't know. Maybe that's actually just a misdirection of some sort, right? Like maybe it was something not entirely obvious to the current situation. Oh, by the way, I think we can skip the ending now. We've already saw it. So I'll see you guys after this. Oh man, that was quite the cliffhanger there, wasn't it? I was just waiting for something like that to happen throughout their entire exploration of that underground facility. Though, you know, to be fair though, I do kind of have the feeling that those two events, putting them back to back, might be kind of a bait here. So I'll talk more about that. But first of all, let's go through the first half of this particular episode. Sanju and specifically Sanju and Mujika, right? Because I love it. I love that they finally revealed their true nature at the very end there. And to be honest, this actually makes me trust them a little bit even more than, you know, just them being some good demons who are 100% willing to help you know, all of the humans, right? Because this makes them a lot more nuanced to me. And yes, indeed, the details of their religion was actually a crucial point in understanding these two. That's what I kept on wanting Rey and Emma to sort of bring up, to ask, why does your religion not allow you to kill humans and whatnot? And it's finally revealed in the end, right? It's not the fact that they can't kill humans, it's the fact that they can only kill for the hunt. They can't kill, breed animals or breed living beings in order to slaughter them for food. You need to, it's a sort of like a respect kind of thing. I'm reminded of a lot of indigenous tribes or for instance Native Americans, that kind of thing, where they have this culture of respecting the land, respecting the hunt itself, and it really ties in with last episode what Sonju was demonstrating to Emma as well, right? All the rituals, all the things that they were doing, and how to respect the food, respect the kill, respect the hunt, that kind of thing, right? And it was, at the end of the day, they are still demons. So in fact, this actually makes them much more nuanced, having this sort of character to them. And they are still kind of conflicted on everything, right? So even though they are not going to just directly kill them, they were seriously considering whether or not to turn the humans in, get some rewards, and so on and so forth. But then gradually, while interacting with the humans and whatnot, they kind of slightly changed their perception a little bit. And indeed, it wasn't something that they agreed on beforehand to, oh yeah, let's just do things this way. You can see them sort of kind of testing and trying each other out as well, trying to get to know like what the other side is thinking, what do they actually feel about this entire situation, so on and so forth. Like Mujika is sort of questioning Sonju, and Sonju is in return questioning Mujika as well. What do you really want to do about this entire situation? And of course, actions speak larger than much bigger than words. So we do see Sonju going off and killing all the pursuers because even though he has his own ulterior motives and whatnot, he does, at least for this moment, want to act in the for the benefit of the humans and allow them to escape and thrive and prosper in the wild, right? So I love it. I love when we really get these revelations of these characters and whatnot. And actually, to me, this allows me to trust them a lot more. Ironically enough, like if it's just a guy who's out there and who's good for no reason, I'm sorry, but I'm naturally suspicious already. And for a series like this one, doubly suspicious, right? So now that I know like what is the real deal about Sonju and Mujika, I can actually trust them a lot more. As crazy as that sounds. However, it's also because of this particular mindset I have that I really, really can't completely trust this William Minerva guy either. And that entire time when they were down there in that sanctuary place and whatnot, I was like, okay, I'm just waiting for the reveal now, waiting for them to stumble onto a certain room or whatnot, and then be horrified by what they see. So I kept, apparently they tried to bait us once in the middle of the episode as well, when they were exploring and getting to open like a door that led to some unconstructed caverns, underground caverns and whatnot. They didn't really, I don't know like what was cut there and why there was such an abrupt cut there, but what I'm guessing right now is that is maybe an escape route, right? So just in case they are being besieged or their defenses have been breached and whatnot, they can utilize that secret passageway to escape from an entirely different route, right? Something of that sort. And I'm also glad that, Rey, being the brains of the operation, of course, did think to go around and search for, like, how exactly this facility operates and all that sort of stuff. From both sides, right? From a basic survival perspective, you don't want to be using stuff that you can't easily replenish, right? Like the water, like energy, so on and so forth. And then on the other side, well, the whole thing still smells kind of funny. Right? Like, why is there such a well-built, well-hidden construct here with all these amenities and with power, with electricity, with water, and with heated water as well, with gardens and all these sort of provisions and whatnot, and being able to be supplied and kept in good condition, like down here? There's got to be something afoot, right? Now, with that being said, though, so the entire time I was keeping my guard up, thinking like, okay, maybe this is a kind of trap, and indeed at the very end here, with that reveal of the room, screaming help, writing help on the wall and whatnot, and then picking up the ringing telephone by William Minerva, So for the latter part, right, the telephone, like why was it able to ring right at that moment? They are obviously being surveillanced, I feel, especially since once we saw that room with all those surveillance cameras and televisions and whatnot, my warning meter was already ticking off and saying when we see something that has this detailed of surveillance and so on and so forth, I do wonder if they are being watched right there in the complex as well, right, in the sanctuary as well. And I do think William is probably keeping a close eye on things somewhere else, right? Now, with that being said, though, is it going to be a benevolent character, or is there some, you know, some other stuff that some hidden plot or some hidden plan and whatnot? Now, once again, I feel like just as the Sanju and Muchika situation, it's probably a little bit complicated, right? Like maybe perhaps we shouldn't say that William is doing anything like actively harmful to Ray and Emma and the kids and whatnot, but at the same time, I would be able to trust him a lot better if I can understand like his ulterior motives and his full intentions for building this shelter, to guiding them here, leaving behind all these different clues and whatnot, and you know, and also providing them with information, and you know, who knows, right? Now, the reason why I said it might be a little bit of a bait, is that they also made it kind of too obvious at the very end there, you know, directly putting these two events back to back with the help on the walls and then the phone call. So that actually instead got me thinking, okay, maybe that's sort of like a misdirection there, and that help is you know, not entirely related with William and whatnot. Like, for instance, it might be possible that they were later besieged from the outside or something like that, and they eventually got broken into and whatnot, or I don't know, maybe they were kept prisoners here or so on and so forth. But there's definitely a lot more story. I think it's definitely not a coincidence that the password for this particular area was history. So hopefully in the next episode with William on the line, we can learn a lot more information as well. I mean, to be honest, these last two episodes have been a blessing for me, because you guys know I love this kind of stuff. I love the world building and whatnot, and especially in a series like this one, where every single mystery that they go for, like every single structure, every single new piece of information that they learn, there's always this sense of tension there. You know, you're always feeling like you can't breathe, like what's gonna happen next, what twist is gonna be here, what horrifying revelations they're going to be, and you know, that's just something that this anime does really, really, really well. And I mean, the series as a whole as well. Now, I did feel like some of the cuts were a little bit abrupt and so on and so forth, but hey, what can you do, right? So, I think that pretty much covers it for this episode. I'm not going to, let's see, the facilities and whatnot. So once again, because we can obviously look at this situation as, hey, they found a nice little stronghold, they got a nice place to start doing some stuff, and so they can settle down and be in it for the long haul and whatnot, maybe eventually devise some plans to rescue the rest of the kids. But you know, knowing this series, I definitely was thinking, okay, there's gotta be, they're not going to be able to just rest easy and whatnot once they got to this place. There has to be some other stuff that need to worry about. There has to be another thing to drive the plot along, right? So maybe not necessarily the pursuers now that Sonju has gotten rid of a lot of them, but perhaps, you know, stuff more related with either William, either the world, the Demon Society, or etc. etc. So anyways, thank you guys, and I am absolutely looking forward to the next episode. See you, and bye-bye.